dark, dark night on the great estate of Collinwood. The main house deserted, ruled by two evil spirits who refuse to show themselves to any but the possessed children. And in a basement room in the old house, one man contemplates a terrifying chance to achieve the meeting with Quentin that he knows must take place.
Is it possible by using I Ching to make contact with Quentin Collins?
Beyond the door, anything is possible.
Then I must try it now.
You're not serious.
David may be dead by morning. There is no other way of saving him.
I Ching is not the way either.
It is a chance.
It is one chance in a million. There is no way of knowing what waits beyond the door. You may be placing yourself in grave danger.
Barnabas, there must be another way.
Julia, the child is dying. If there's any possibility of contacting Quentin Collins and getting him to release David, then I must try it.
Very well. Toss the wands on the desk. It's the 49th or co-hexagram, called the hexagram of change.
Change?
And what happens now?
Barnabas.
Don't worry, I'll be all right, Julia.
Sit down. Close your eyes. Concentrate until you see the door with the hexagram painted on it.
I see the door.
You must continue to concentrate until the door opens away from you. There must be complete silence until that happens. The door is open.
Will he see Quentin Collins there?
Only he will know.
The great house of Collinwood is housed by an evil spirit who has possessed a child whose very life is threatened. Barnabas Collins, determined to fight the ghost, has resorted to an ancient Chinese mystic art, which may bring him into a meeting with Quentin Collins. But instead of seeing Quentin, Barnabas finds himself trapped in a chained coffin, not knowing that the time is 1897 and that Quentin Collins is alive, the prodigal son just returned to Collinwood. And as Barnabas struggles in the coffin, a gypsy walks to the mausoleum, determined to find the legendary Collins jewels.
They wouldn't be in a coffin. Magda won't believe that. She'll say that's just where they'd put him. Why would it be chained? If you don't open it now, you'll just be coming back. You know that. Do it.
The great house at Collinwood stands deserted. The living have sought refuge elsewhere, leaving an evil spirit to roam the cold, empty corridors alone. For some, this night will seem an eternity. Barnabas Collins remains in a deep trance. He has employed the mysterious powers of the I Ching and gone through the door to the infinite, hoping to find and defeat the spirit that haunts Collinwood. But beyond the door, he has been transported back in time to the year 1897, a time of intrigue and terror for all who lived at Collinwood.
Sandor! Wait! Those marks! You! I know what you are. I know. No, no. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. No. No.
The great house at Collinwood stands deserted. The living have sought refuge elsewhere, leaving an evil spirit to roam the cold, empty corridors alone. For some, this night will seem an eternity. Barnabas Collins remains in a deep trance. He has employed the mysterious powers of the I Ching and gone through the door to the infinite, hoping to find and defeat the spirit that haunts Collinwood. But beyond the door, he has been transported back in time to the year 1897, a time of intrigue and terror for all who lived at Collinwood.
Tell me, Cousin Barnabas, what boat did you arrive on?
The Pride of Jamestown. It arrived in Collinsport this afternoon at 4:30.
Yes, so it did.
I'm curious about the paintings in this room. Is the portrait of Joshua Collins here?
No. His portrait is somewhere up in the West Wing.
Oh, I see. Well, he was the man who built Collinwood, wasn't he? It seems to me that...
I would advise you not to make a move.
Cousin Quentin, is this some kind of practical joke?
No. No, it certainly isn't.
Then you better explain it.
I intend to. You see, it just so happens that I recently returned from England myself. I spent the better part of 6 months there. So I had ample time to discover that there is no English branch of our family, and there never has been. Now, I'll give you exactly 5 minutes to tell me who you are and what you want here. Or so help me, I'll run you through.
The great house at Collinwood stands deserted. The living have sought refuge elsewhere, leaving an evil spirit to roam the cold, empty corridors alone. For some, this night will seem an eternity. Barnabas Collins remains in a deep trance. He has employed the mysterious powers of the I Ching and gone through the door to the infinite, hoping to find and defeat the spirit that haunts Collinwood. But beyond the door, he has been transported back in time to the year 1897, a time of intrigue and terror for all who lived at Collinwood.
Edward?
Edward, is that you?
Yes, Grandmother.
No, it isn't Edward. I know your voice, Quentin. I'm not as far gone as you think.
Yes. Yes, you are, Grandmother.
What do you mean?
I mean that you're going to die tonight. But before you do, you're going to tell me the secret. Aren't you, Grandmother?